Hey everybody, welcome to the WrestleMania 34 podcast on this channel right here, the good old Nlet G channel show thing podcast. This is the annual Nlet G wrestling podcast WrestleMania thing. Normally it's a vlog, but this year it's a podcast. Hopefully every year from now on it will be a podcast. I hate vlogs, I hate doing them, I hope to never do a vlog again. Vlogs are a bad thing. Welcome to the WrestleMania 34 podcast. I know everybody wants this, everybody's been clamoring for it, everybody wants me to come back to my main channel with some main channel content, talking about wrestling. People tell me all the time, talk about wrestling again. When are you going to talk about wrestling? We want to hear your thoughts on wrestling. Well, here I am to tell you some of my thoughts on wrestling. So this was WrestleMania, baby. It was the biggest show of the year, not just for WWE, really for all of wrestling in general. WrestleMania has become a fucking monster. It's become a beast that cannot be fed. Every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and more all-encompassing. It's going to swallow the universe. Because back in the day, WrestleMania was WrestleMania. It was like a one show a year. It was the biggest show of the year. And it just happened on that one night. Barring WrestleMania 2 that was in like 3 cities for some reason. That was weird. But anyways, WrestleMania, it used to be one night. But now, you've got the NXT show Takeover the night before WrestleMania. So the Saturday is Takeover, and then Sunday is WrestleMania. So that's 2 big wrestling shows just from WWE alone. But then now you've also got the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. It's always a huge show because it's still the WrestleMania crowd, still in the same city where big things happen, and it's always crazy and huge. So that's a huge show. And then now, because SmackDown has moved to Tuesdays and it's live now you've got the Tuesday after WrestleMania as well. So that's 4 days of wrestling madness, big shows from the WWE, and that's just them. Now there's also the entire week before WrestleMania has been eaten up by the WrestleMania monster because the city that WrestleMania takes place in, because it's such a huge show, now every wrestling promotion and wrestler in the world descends upon that city for the week before and during WrestleMania. So now you've got TNA is there doing a live stream, a bunch of wrestling matches. There was like a TNA Lucha Underground crossover event that was live streamed on TNA's Twitch channel on one of the days. There's also the Ring of Honor Supercard show, which is their big show that takes place, I think it was Friday. So it's, all the New Japan guys are there too. I think like Okada was there and Tanahashi, I know, was like in the crowd somewhere. Just wrestlers like in the crowd watching WrestleMania. That's how big of a deal it is. That like the biggest star in New Japan Pro Wrestling, like Tanahashi, will just go there and just like sit in the crowd and like watch the match as like a regular guy. So the whole city gets taken over by WrestleMania for an entire week. And this year it was New Orleans, as it was 4 years ago for WrestleMania 30. And so there's parades and, like, New Orleans-y shit, fucking jazz bands and people going around and fucking... It's just wrestling. It's just a week of wrestling. It's madness. It's, even as a fan watching, trying to keep up with all the wrestling for the week before is madness. It's more wrestling than anyone can handle. But anyways, it's the right amount of wrestling, and I like it, and I want it, and I need it, and I need it, and I need it, and I want it, and I like it. So, I guess, disregarding all the other countless wrestling events of the week that were all, very interesting to talk about in their own right, let's just stick with the WWE here. And before I talk about WrestleMania proper, I guess I'll start by talking about the NXT Takeover event that happened the night before. You can't really talk about WrestleMania anymore without making room to talk about NXT, because NXT is just as big a deal at this point, at least to the hardcore wrestling demographic, of which I am a part. So... NXT is the WWE's developmental brand, where they bring in all the guys from the indies and get them acclimated to the WWE style, whatever the hell that nebulous term even means. I don't think anyone really knows, but, they get them acclimated to the WWE style. They bring in all the indie guys, and they say, you're WWE guys now, you're NXT guys now, go out there and just fucking wrestle. And it's really more of a straight wrestling show than the WWE's main shows like WrestleMania. The WWE has a very big entertainment quote aspect to it. There's a lot of stuff that's geared towards children. There's a lot of stuff that's geared towards crossover, promotional appeal with the outside world. There's celebrities. There's always been like a bunch of pomp and circumstance and that kind of thing, whereas NXT is more kind of the just wrestling show for the hardcore fans. So NXT TakeOver the night before, I didn't really pay attention to every single match, although every match was great and good. You can hear everybody gushing about the entire card. I'll tell you the matches that I did pay attention to. First of all, the first match on the NXT show, which really blew me away right out of the gate. The first match of the WWE weekend really was amazing. It was a 6-man ladder match for the newly created United States North American Wrestling title thing. They made a new belt. So the NXT has been making these new belts. They made like the UK belt, and now they've made the North American regional belt. And it seems like they put the belts on guys not just to defend it at NXT, but to kind of go around and represent NXT all over the indies. They gave the UK belt. It was won by Pete Dunne, and he's been defending it, I think, on the indies. I might be wrong. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but the point is they made a new belt, a beautiful new gold belt for the North American wrestling guy, champion dude. And it's a ladder match with 6 guys, 6 cool guys. Who was even in this match? Adam Cole was in this match. Adam Cole is like, he's like Seth Rollins, but like a smaller Seth Rollins. He's got less muscles, but he's younger. He's very popular. Everyone loves Adam Cole. He does the thing. He says his name. I'm Adam Cole, baby! And the crowd goes, yes! We like that guy. Adam Cole, he was in this match. Who else? There was, EC3 debuted in this match for the NXT. EC3 was a guy who used to be like a no-name jobber, idiot asshole on NXT in WWE millions of years ago, back before NXT was even a real thing. He got let go of the company, or he left or something. He went to TNA, and he became a big star. He became Ethan Carter III, the fucking, the child person of Dixie Carter, or like a relative of Dixie Carter, the owner of TNA. I'm kind of surprised that now that he's come back to WWE, that they've let him keep his name. They used to be very bad about that. They would always make guys change their name coming in and give them stupid new names. They still do it sometimes because WWE likes to own their creations and own the names of the guys. Very rarely will a guy come in and get to keep his own name, but they seem to be getting a little bit more lenient and a little bit better with it. I was surprised in the case of EC3 because his name is Ethan Carter III. He's named after Dixie Carter, the president of TNA, but TNA and WWE seem to have like more of a connected relationship lately. It seems like, I don't know, maybe I'm just hopeful because TNA's, got good stuff too. I subscribed to the TNA Twitch lately. It's Impact Wrestling. I keep calling it TNA. I'm stuck in the past. It's Impact Wrestling now. But or is it Anthem now? I don't even know. TNA has like a new name every couple of months. That's why it's hard to keep track of. But I did like subscribe to the TNA Impact Anthem whatever Twitch, and they just like stream old wrestling that they've like some of their best matches from the years before all the time. They did an event. Like I said, they did a crossover event with Lucha Underground, which is really cool this weekend. But anyways, yeah, so EC3 came back. He's in NXT now, and he debuts. He looks like $1 million. He looks like he's carved out of granite. He's got the abs and the muscles, and he's a beautiful boy. And he's very charismatic. He cuts a great promo. He's got a great, character. He comes out. He's got great music. He does a cool entrance. So EC3 is in this match. EC3, Adam Cole. Who the fuck else? Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream is this really impossibly young person. He makes everybody insecure all the time because he's like 22 years old and he's already like more important and cooler than anyone will ever be. He's got like this Prince gimmick where he comes out and it's just Prince. He just acts like Prince. He's a very beautiful young black boy with big abs and strong jumping. He fights good. Who the fuck else? Killian Dane was in this match from Sanity. Killian Dane is this like big scary Scotsman with a hairy back, and he's big and fat and scary and strong, and he'll fucking eat you. He's cool. He's a big power man. He's like the strong guy. The other guys are like the jumpy guys, but he's like the strong guy. And then they've got Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan is interesting to me. He's a cool looking guy. He reminds me of this guy, and his look is reminiscent of this guy who used to wrestle back in the 1940s called the French Angel. And he was a big deal back then in the 40s. He was a very famous wrestler. mainly because he looked like a monster. He had, I think, gigantism, but only in certain parts of his body. So, like, whereas Andre had gigantism and he was just fucking huge all the way around, this guy from the 40s, the French Angel, had it where, like, his body was disproportioned. So he looked like a fucking hunchback gargoyle monster man. And he used that to his advantage, and he was a very famous wrestler back in the very early days. He had like this big, massive, bulky chest and these lanky arms and this bulbous, misshapen head. You know, it kind of like deformed in a way, but deformed in a way that makes him a cool-looking wrestler. And the reason I bring him up is because I'm pretty sure that Lars Sullivan, this new guy, has the same thing going on, like the same deformity. I might be wrong, but I mean, he looks like the French Angel. He's got that same kind of weirdly lanky but big upper body type. And it's cool. It's cool that we've got like a new guy to fill the French Angel role in like the 2010s. I think he's cool as shit. He's big and strong and scary, and he looks like a monster man. So that was how many fucking who the fuck else was in this match? I don't even remember. Let me look it up. Sorry, I'm not prepared. I don't remember even what the hell I'm talking about. NXT Takeover ladder match. Who the hell was in this match? Who the hell was in this fucking match? I don't even know. The internet won't tell me. The internet won't tell me. Google won't tell me. It just says who won, but I know who won. I was there. I saw it. Oh, God, this is a disaster. I've ruined my own podcast once again. I've ruined my own WrestleMania video for like the 10th year in a row. Who the fuck was in this match? Why won't it tell me? Why won't it fucking tell me? Ah! Oh, God, why can't you ever find anything when you need it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Ricochet was in this match. Ricochet, the much-hyped debut in NXT. Ricochet is a big deal on the indie scene. He had a match with Will Ospreay a couple years ago that sort of put him on the map. It really blew everyone away. He's famous for flippy shit and superhero poses and just crazy, flippy. Mauro Ranallo called him the the gift that keeps on giving, which I think is a pretty fucking cool little moniker, although Mauro pronounced it as GIF, which kind of robbed it of some of its fun. But I like that, the gift that keeps on giving, because that's what wrestling is now. Just people just gif it and put it on Twitter, and people go, "Oh, is that guy did a thing? That's cool." Nobody even watches matches anymore. They just watch the gifs that get shared and retweeted on Twitter all the time. Which is how Ricochet kind of got famous, because he had all these matches on the indies where he would do crazy, amazing, flippy shit, and that shit gets retweeted and it gets gifted. So he's the gift that keeps on giving. So he was very hyped to come in NXT. I didn't know he was going to show up, but he showed up recently as like a surprise. I'm here. I'm with NXT now, so that was pretty cool. He was also called Prince Puma on Lucha Underground, which is where I know him from. Lucha Underground is like this really cool like Mortal Kombat Netflix wrestling series with directing, and like it's like directed like an actual TV drama. It's cool. He was Prince Puma on there. That's what I know him from. I don't know if that's like a secret that he was Prince Puma, but it's pretty obvious because they both have the same massive chest tattoo. So EC3, Ricochet, Adam Cole, Killian Dane, Velveteen Dream, and Lars Sullivan in a 5-person ladder match to determine the first ever NXT North American champion. And I don't know if the guy who wins this belt is going to go defend it on like the indies or in other promotions like PWG or something. I hope so, because I think that's a cool gimmick. But anyways, this match was amazing. 15 minutes in, I'm finally starting to talk about the first match. Not even of WrestleMania, the show before WrestleMania. Who the fuck is listening to this? Who would ever listen to my stupid-ass rambles like this? But this match was a fucking masterpiece. I mean, every guy brought it. It was just like spot after spot after spot. Like, you don't even, you go, oh my god, I can't believe he did that. Oh my god, I can't believe, you don't even get a chance to finish reacting to one big crazy spot before the next big crazy spot. I'm trying to even remember all the crazy stuff that happened in this match. There was one part where like Lars Sullivan had, I think it was Ricochet, it might have been someone else, one of the smaller guys, like Lars Sullivan threw him across the ring to Killian Dane, and the crowd starts chanting, throw him back, and so then Killian Dane throws him back like he's the ball in their fucking game of catch. they're playing catch with a human, just tossing this dude's carcass across the ring. That was amazing. Velveteen Dream fucking did an amazing elbow drop off the very fucking tippity top of the ladder. Usually when people jump off a ladder, it's like a rung or two down. I mean, you saw me jump off a ladder recently in the Plebe and the Weeb video that I recently did when I did my big wrestling stunt. You saw me jump off a ladder into a table, which I was very proud of, but even I was like a rung down. Velveteen Dream stood at the very fucking top of the ladder, which if you've ever stood on the top of a ladder, it's hard to even stand on top of a ladder, much less want to jump off it because they're so damn wobbly. But he jumped fucking 300,000 feet off the air, and he did a very beautiful elbow drop to fucking somebody. Someone died. And then Ricochet had an amazing spot where he was like climbing the ladder and the guy like he tipped the ladder over to like tip him out of the ring and kill him. But as the ladder was tipping over, he jumped and turned it into a moonsault and fucking flipped out of the ring and landed on a bunch of guys and killed them all. There was a fucking thing where I think Velveteen Dream did like a rolling fucking fuck you throw on a ladder that was stuck inside another ladder horizontally to the vertical ladder. So it was like a bridge between the ladder and the turnbuckle, and he stood on it with a guy, and he did a fucking flippy fuck you maneuver. And then there was a thing where Killian Dane had a guy, and he threw him through a ladder that was horizontal between the ring apron and the announcer's desk, and he fucking smashed that ladder right down the middle, right in half. And then there was a fucking another ladder, horizontal, perpendicular to the first horizontal ladder between the apron and the announcer's desk. And so Lars Sullivan, the other big guy, threw another guy through that ladder and broke that ladder in half, and not to mention the human bodies that were broken in half and the carcasses that were strewn about the floor broken in half. Everybody was broken in half. So everybody is like dead on the ground, dying. Then there was an amazing spot with EC3, like a really funny, cool spot where EC3 and Adam Cole briefly team up to kill a guy, and then EC3 says, "I'm EC3, baby!" like stealing Adam Cole's gimmick, because that's Adam Cole's whole entire thing. He says his name cool. He goes, "I'm Adam Cole, baby!" And so he teams up with EC3 to kill a guy, but then EC3 steals his gimmick and says, "I'm EC3, baby!" And Adam Cole says, Nope, I'm not gonna be having that shit today. So Adam Cole fucking turns on EC3 and super kicks him in the face. And then another guy comes in and he super kicks him in the face. And another guy, he super kicks him in the face. He super kicks every single other guy in this match. It was a super kick party, as they say on the indies. He kicked everyone in the face and killed everybody in the ring. He was the last guy standing in the ring, and then he did his thing, and he built it up, and he was like, "I'm gonna do my thing now. I'm gonna do the thing." And he said, "I'm Adam Cole, baby!" And the crowd said it right along with them, and everyone was happy, and it was cool. But that wasn't the end of the match. The match kept going, and it was just one thing after another. This match was fucking crazy. It was insanity. It was madness. Mauro Ranallo was freaking out. He was losing his shit on commentary. He was going, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." And I was also saying the same thing watching it. Eventually, something fucking happens. Everyone dies. Adam Cole wins. Adam Cole climbs the ladder and he takes home the NXT North American Championship. Adam Cole, baby! He was the winner. He did it. How fucking cool was that? It was really fucking cool. It was a great match. Everybody looked like $1,000,000. Nobody came out of this match looking worse. This was like what you would call a star-making performance from all 5 of these guys. They all got their shit in. They all did amazing stuff. They all looked like $1,000,000. This was a phenomenal match, and I give this match, the first match of the weekend for WWE, the first one of the night, I give this match 5 stars out of 5. That's a 5-star match right away. That's how we kick off the show. That's pretty fucking amazing, I would say. Fucking good on them. So, then there was a bunch of other matches that I was kind of distracted for. I didn't pay too much attention. You know, I admit that I don't always pay attention to every little thing, but I would never, like review a match that I didn't fucking watch all the way. So I'm not going to fucking give scores to these other matches because I didn't pay enough attention to them. But I think like Ember Moon fought someone. I don't really like Ember Moon. I don't like her at all. I don't think she's very interesting. She's got a cool like theme song, and like she's pretty, I guess. She's got like her gimmick is like that she's a werewolf or something, but she doesn't act like a monster or like a scary person. She just acts like a regular girl who's like happy to be there. Like, oh, I'm achieving my dream. I'm in NXT. Her promos are bad. I don't buy into the hype for Ember Moon. If there even is hype, I don't like her. So I didn't really pay attention to the Ember Moon match. I think she lost because she lost because she debuted on Raw after WrestleMania. So she put the championship to the next girl who was like I don't even remember. Then there was a match. Did fucking Pete Dunne have a match? I don't even remember. The Authors of Pain had a match. That's right. So there was like a tag match. Authors of Pain versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong versus the Undisputed Era. Okay, this was for the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and it was also for the NXT Tag Team titles. And so the Undisputed Era is Adam Cole's group, and there's 3 of them, and 2 of them are a tag team, and Adam Cole's like the ringleader. But one of the tag team guys was injured, I guess, so Adam Cole had to fill in. So Adam Cole already had a match. He already fucking destroyed himself in the ladder match, and he was dead. So he came and I think fought in this match, and I think the Undisputed Era also won this match. So Adam Cole was like the MVP of the night. He won 2 matches. I didn't really watch this match, but I just thought that's cool. It was a good night for Adam Cole. And for Adam Cole fans, the next match was Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas. Again, another match that I regretfully didn't pay too much attention to. People were flipping out about this match and saying that it was like another amazing match. Again, I didn't really pay attention to it. Not because I didn't want to, just because, I don't know. I'm not really into either of these guys. They're both good. I don't know. To me, Aleister Black, he's got a cool entrance, but once he opens his mouth and starts talking, I lose interest pretty quickly. Like, to me, promos are very important. I cannot get behind a guy or a girl who does not have cool promos, who can't talk good. And Aleister Black is cool looking, he's got a great entrance, and he's great in the ring, but I just have never heard him say anything all that interesting on the microphone, so I can't really get invested in his matches as much, sad as it is to say. And same thing with Andrade Cien Almas. He's a great guy, great wrestler, but I don't know. I need a guy who's gonna fucking talk. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm dumb.Maybe I'm a big idiot. I don't fucking know. But I didn't really pay attention to this match. Everyone who watched it, though, said it was amazing and great, so I'll just believe them, because I have no reason not to believe them. I mean, both guys are super good in the ring, so there you go. Great match. The next match, the main event, well, technically not the main event. Technically, the last match of the night was an unsanctioned match, and the actual main event was the NXT Championship match between Aleister Black and Andrade Cien Almas, which Aleister Black won. He's the new champion, and that was technically the main event, but there was a match after that was a grudge match, and it was an unsanctioned match, a lights-out match. No rules. These 2 guys hate each other. They want to kill each other. So it's not even technically part of the show. They bring out like a new ref in a black shirt to symbolize that this is not a real match. It has no rules. This is a fight. The ref is only there to fucking pin the guy, and that's it. But this was an unsanctioned grudge match, a blood feud between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Now, these 2 men have a long history. There's a long history of betrayal and broken dreams and broken hearts between these 2 men. And this match was phenomenal. It was everything you look for in a wrestling match between 2 guys. Everyone is gushing about this match, calling it match of the year already. I don't disagree. So the storyline between these 2 guys is that Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano used to be a tag team. They won the first ever Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, I think, or was it the Authors of Pain that won it the first? I think the Authors. I don't even fucking remember. Never mind. But they were a tag team. They came together in that tournament and became a tag team. They became best friends. They lived together. They came to each other's weddings and all that shit, or Tommaso came to Johnny's wedding. But, Tommaso Ciampa is consumed with jealousy, and he betrays Johnny Gargano, and he beats the shit out of him unexpectedly. He becomes totally evil, and then he gets injured for a while, and he disappears. And so while he's gone, Johnny Gargano has to nurse his broken heart from his friend who betrayed him and try to get his mojo back. And it starts off and he's losing matches because his confidence is shaken, but slowly he builds himself back up and the crowd gets behind him again and he starts winning matches again. And he has a title match with Andrade Cien Almas that he just barely almost wins, but not quite. And then he has another title match, a rematch, and this one he's about to win. The crowd's behind him now. Johnny Gargano is back. He's kicking butt. He's going to win this match. He's about to win. But then, who shows up but Tommaso Ciampa, the betrayer? He shows up. He's back, and he fucking kills Johnny Gargano again and makes him lose the match. Oh, my God. They fucking hate each other. Tommaso Ciampa is pure evil. He's like a complete sociopath at this point. He's like the most hated man in wrestling. And man, how cool is it to have a heel who's actually hated nowadays? People think that like heels don't exist in wrestling anymore, that like everybody's a tweener. No, that's just kind of on the main roster. You can still have a heel and get him hated as a heel. The crowd is not always just smarky and going against what you want them to do. If you tell the story correctly, the crowd will hate the bad guy and love the good guy. It's just they so often don't do it correctly on the main roster. When nobody likes Roman Reigns and they want him to be the good guy, no one's gonna fucking... But anyways, they have an unsanctioned match, and this is the match. They're gonna fucking kill each other. Johnny Gargano wants his revenge against the coward Tommaso Ciampa. So they're fucking gonna kill each other in this match. Tommaso Ciampa comes out first to no music, just a chorus of boos. A chorus of boos and Johnny Gargano signs in the audience. There's a great image of him just staring down this massive audience of people who fucking hate him and want him to die. That was a stroke of brilliance, is giving him no entrance music and just letting him come out there to absorb the hate from the audience. That alone, even if you watch the match with no prior knowledge of the feud or the storyline, just watching that as a noob, you would watch that and go, oh man, this guy is a fucking monster. People hate this guy. They want to see him get killed. So Johnny Gargano comes out, and this match was a fucking bloodbath without blood. I kind of wish that one of them had gotten busted open in this match. I think that would have added a little bit to it to see some blood, but, you know, most matches in WWE, they don't do blood anymore, although they did do it in WrestleMania, but I'll get to that. This match could have used some blood, but I'm not going to knock it for not having blood. I think it was about as brutal as you could possibly fucking get, barring that. These guys beat the shit out of each other. There was a sick, nasty bump where Gargano smashed Ciampa onto the concrete floor with the pads taken up that Ciampa himself, ironically, had ripped up the pads earlier in an effort to destroy Gargano. Later on, Gargano turns the tables on him, and Ciampa ends up getting a taste of his own medicine. That's some instant karma, and gets smacked on the fucking concrete, like, just like that. That was the sound it made, a sickening splat on the pavement. And it was fucking hilarious, because when he got killed on the concrete, the crowd immediately started chanting, "You deserve it. You deserve it." Normally, that's like something they chant because like a guy won a title and they're saying it as like a good thing. Like, yeah, you did it. You deserve it. You work hard. So this was like a totally natural reaction of inverting that chant to mean, you deserve it, motherfucker. You got killed. You deserve it. It was like really funny and cool how that sort of happened naturally. How NXT, the crowd was on point with their chants tonight. The crowd was doing quite a fun job. Fucking, they killed each other all over the fucking match. I don't even know how to describe it or explain all the different ways in which they killed each other. People going through tables, people going over the fucking ropes, people smashing into the turnbuckles with the pads taken off and splatting onto the concrete. They were just killing each other in this match. I think Ciampa looked like he had a messed up orbital bone or something. His eye was welling up pretty bad towards the end, ironically making him look like the Johnny Gargano signs that had been taunting him in the sea of people who hate him in the audience earlier, because Johnny Gargano's little logo is a face, just a weird drawing of like a face with a weird expression with one eye open and one eye like closed shut. And so, by the end of the match, ironically, Ciampa looked like the Johnny Gargano signs with one of his eyes swelled shut. It was, you can't write that shit. That's just, mwah. That's wrestling, baby. So the match comes and ends. It comes down to where fucking Gargano is finally getting his revenge on Ciampa. He's beating the fuck out of him with the crutch that Ciampa had previously used to beat the shit out of Gargano. So this match was full of callbacks to like every point in their long and storied feud, which made it all the more fucking satisfying and cool to watch. But he's about to kill Ciampa with the crutch. Ciampa's at his mercy. But he hesitates at the last minute. He can't do it. He can't put away his friend. He's going to give Ciampa some mercy, like Goku giving Frieza some mercy on Namek as he's a fucking Super Saiyan, you know? It was exactly like that. Like, at the last moment, Gargano hesitates and tries to show some mercy to his foe, to his fallen friend. But Ciampa's like, no, man, I've fallen too far. It's too late. So, as they're sitting together and he's showing mercy, Ciampa goes to betray him and whack him with the knee brace that he had been wearing that got taken off during the match. And Gargano reverses it into a fucking STF, which is John Cena's move, and he uses the knee brace across the face of Ciampa to, like, really break him and hey, fall the more. And it was literally like Goku is about to kill Frieza. He shows him mercy and flies away. Frieza says no, fuck you, and tries to blast him. And Goku turns around and goes, damn you, and fucking blasts him with the sick one-handed Kamehameha wave. Or, you fool! Or, darn you, depending on the dub. I know there's like 4 different Dragon Ball Z dubs. The one that I watched as a kid, I remember Goku said, darn you! And fucking blasted his ass. But it was exactly that. It was the Goku Frieza finish. And fucking Gargano killed Ciampa, put him away, won the match, and got his job back. I forgot to mention that Gargano had gotten fired because he lost a quit the company match because of Ciampa's interference. So Gargano gets his job back or something. And so this was another phenomenal match. And I would have to give this match yet another 5 stars out of 5. Hey, man, look. I'm harder than fucking Meltzer on this shit. I don't go around handing out 5-star matches, okay? But already in the NXT show, you've got 2 5-star matches already. And that's not even counting the matches I didn't even fucking watch, so there could have been more. I've heard people saying that the Aleister Black and Andrade match was a 5-star match. Quite frankly, I believe them because I know that both of those guys can go. So you might have had 3 5-star matches just on this NXT program. I counted 2 myself. I give 2 5-star ratings to the ladder match to start the show and the Ciampa Gargano match to end the show. Fantastic show. Amazing show. It was fantastic. It was great. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was fucking sick, baby. It was NXT TakeOver the fucking night before WrestleMania. And how can WrestleMania even live up to that? I mean, it seems like lately WrestleMania itself is outdone by the developmental brand under its own umbrella the night before. Like, the NXT show is fucking, it outdoes WrestleMania every year almost at this point. But, yeah, how cool is that? 2 5-star matches. And now I can finally start talking about